An entitled neighbor built a luxury shed on my land and told me to get over it, so I let the city bulldoze his 20K mistake. I sat on my porch and watched a city bulldozer crush my neighbor's brand new $20,000 man cave while he cried to a code inspector. He told me property lines were imaginary. I showed him the demolition bill was very real. I've owned my house for a decade. I have a massive backyard that backs into a wooded easement. It's quiet, peaceful, and mine. Then, Crypto Ken moved in next door. Flashy car, loud music, and zero respect for boundaries. I came home from a business trip on a Friday to hear construction crews hammering away. I walked out back to find a massive luxury shed, complete with electricity and AC, sitting a full 6 feet over onto my property line. Not just near it, on it. I walked over, calm but annoyed. I explained that he was building on my land. He didn't even look up from his phone. He just waved a hand and said, "Relax, bro, it's just grass. It adds value to the neighborhood." When I told him he needed to move it, he laughed. Actually laughed. He looked me dead in the eye and said, "It's already built. I'm not moving it. If you don't like it, sue me." Those 2 words. Sue me. He thought he'd bury me in legal fees for years. He thought I was powerless. But he forgot one tiny detail. I work in municipal civil engineering. I didn't need a lawyer. I needed a tape measure and a phone call. I went inside, grabbed a beer, and pulled up the county GIS maps. Not only was he on my land, but he had built a permanent structure directly on top of a major municipal drainage easement. No permits, no inspections, no chance in hell. I didn't call a lawyer. I called my buddy at code enforcement on Monday morning. Tuesday afternoon, the red truck pulled up. The inspector took one look at the structure, checked the easement maps, and slapped a bright red stop work order on the door. Ken came running out, screaming about his rights. The inspector calmly handed him a citation. It wasn't just a fine. It was a structure to be removed immediately order. Because it was blocking utility access, he had 48 hours to take it down, or the city would do it for him, and bill him for the pleasure. Suddenly, Ken wasn't laughing. He knocked on my door that night, sweating. He offered me $5,000 to sign a waiver. He offered to pay my property taxes. The arrogance was gone, replaced by pure panic. I just took a sip of my drink, looked at him, and threw his own logic back at him. I'd love to help Ken, but the city is involved now. If you don't like it, sue them. Thursday morning, the city crew arrived. Ken stood in his driveway, pale as a ghost, watching the heavy machinery roll in. The crunch of the excavator bucket hitting that expensive cedar roof was the sweetest sound I've ever heard. It took them less than an hour to turn his luxury lounge into a pile of splinters. The city sent him the bill for the demolition, plus the fines for unpermitted work. Last I heard, it was pushing $30,000. He put his house on the market 2 months later. I stood by the fence when the for sale sign went up. He saw me, glared, and got in his car. I just raised my beer in a silent toast. Property lines aren't imaginary, Ken. And neither is karma.